Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. These videos will be about TOEFLs. So I want to explain to you guys about TOEFL first and some of examples of the TOEFL part. So TOEFL is an English language proficiency test required to apply for admissions to university in the United States or other countries in the world. This test is especially necessary for applicants or speakers whose native language is not English. And the TOEFL is divided into several tests, namely listening, structures, and the last is reading. So from test parts, we have the time to answer the questions. The entire test length is 115 minutes. All TOEFL ITP ATP questions are present in multiple choice with a total of 140 questions. The lowest score you can get is a 110, and the highest is a 677. Let's see the examples of the problems questions. So guys, as we can see in these questions, the answer is B. Why B? Because subject is projections, nouns as a verb, and what we need now, that is conjunctions. So where is it conjunctions? Conjunctions is whether. So that's why the answer is B. Alright, next will be about the questions number 2. In these cases, we have to use 2 plus infinitive formula. And the options A is a verb 3. And the option C, made, is a verb 3. And the options D is the making is a jabber. So this is wrong. And where are the answers? The answer is B. Why? Because that's connect with the patterns that I have shown you guys. Alright, next will be about the questions number 3. Questions number 3, the answer is C. Why C? Because in the questions before or, there is a B, which is R. And the richest is a verb 3. Automatically, the ones on the right and the left are must be verb 3 too. Then surprised is a verb 3 or past participle. So that's why the answer is C. Okay, for next will be about reading TOEFLs. So if you want to answer the reading TOEFL test, you have to know the tips from reading. The first ones, we have recognized the characteristic of questions, or we say that a keyword, and then apply answer strategy for each other's questions type. And the third is read a 2 main paragraph only. So just only 2 main paragraph. And then let's explain about questions usually we can't meet in the TOEFL's reading test. So at the questions number 1, the answer is C. Why? Because the authors mentions that the for twice, and the authors explain about it. We can see at the text. So at the text, the author said that the White House. So that's why is that the title of it, because the authors said that for twice in the other's paragraph too. Alright, we next to the questions number 2. Okay, for questions number 2, the questions is why did George Washington not live in the White House? So at that text, the text is mentions why. The answer is D. Why D? Because at the text mentions in the paragraph that was not built in time for George Washington to live in it. So that's why the answer is D. So the question number 3 is about the closest word with inhabitants. So the first one, we have to know first what the meaning of inhabitants. In these cases, at the text states that the president is as inhabitants. So the answer is C. That is a residence. Why residence? Because the residence is the closest meaning to inhabitants. So that's why the answer is C.
Number 1. Would you like to go to the new restaurant on the corner?
Is that the one that serves vegetarian food?
What does the woman want to know?
Question number 1. At the first speakers said, would you like go to the new restaurant on the corners? And the speaker 2 said, is that the one that serves vegetarian foods? And the question is, what does the woman want to know? At the first shows answered, the speakers was not talking about restaurants and the locations. So the answer is wrong. At the B answered, the speaker is not talking about that. So the answer is wrong. At the C, indeed, there are vegetable word in that, but woman is not talking about the vegetable fresh. So no word fresh in the speakers. And at the answer D, at the speaker 2 said there are vegetarian food can be obtained. So the answer is D.
Number 2. Has Harry heard from the law school yet?
Yes, he was admitted by the law school for the fall semester.
What happened to Harry?
Questions number 2. At the first speakers said, has Harry heard from the law school yet? And the speaker 2 said, yes, he was admitted by the law school for the fall semesters. And the question is, what happens to Harry? So, at the first answered, he admitted. So you have to know, guys, that he admitted and was admitted is a different words. Different meaning and different words. So this is wrong. And automatically at the answer C and D automatically is wrong, guys. So the answer is B.
Number 3. Mark said that you were a lot of help.
Well, I took care of his plants while he was out of town.
What does the woman mean?
And the question number 3 is the speaker 1 said, Mark said that you were a lot of help. And a woman said, well, I took care of his plants while he was out of town. And the question is, what does the woman mean? At the D answered, she was careful. The careful is a different meaning of took care. So the answer D is wrong. And the C was careful. No statement at all about marks, plants, or crops. So the answer is wrong. At the B answered, Mark plans to be out of town. That's wrong because no one statement about that. And the answer is A because planes were carrots same meaning of took care. So that's why the answer is A.